Okay, now I had already started making that video. Oh, by the way, hi and welcome to my channel. This is Homemaker's channel. Let me explain what I just did. I had started making the video, then I wanted to put it on pause to start my mixer because it's really loud and noisy. But instead of pause, I hit the stop button. So it just ended right there. So I thought I would just, since I didn't go too far, rather than starting all over, I would just explain to you what I did and we'll just continue. Is that okay with you guys? I hope so. Okay, so what I did was, oh, you didn't get to see this one. Did you get it? You know you can put it on pause, and in case you didn't get it, I took the sheet down too fast. So let me read it to you. I have mixed 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt. And that's what I have. And you mix it together. That's what I have in this small bowl here. And of course that's Gizzy, in case you can see half of his body. He's a big cat. The big black and white. The other black and white is Marley. And okay, so I have that sitting. We'll set that aside for now. Then we are going to cream 1 cup butter, 3/4 cup white sugar, 1/4 cup brown sugar. That's already in here. As you can see, this is where I hit stop by mistake. So now we're back on track. Sorry about that. Now I'm going to hit pause because it's really loud. Let's make sure that I hit it correct button and not stop like I did the last time. Okay, now we have this all mixed. See how creamy and lumpy it got. Well, scrape it out. And to this mixture, I'm making a mess here. You're going to add I'm just scraping it towards the center. I'm going to be adding the flour. Well, before I add the flour, it's a little thick. I'm going to add 2 eggs. I like to slightly beat them. You can add 1 egg at a time and just beat them, but I still like to beat them. It's just a habit. Just add a little bit at a time. I'm good. It's only a short. I'm going to see if I can make noise and see how loud it is. So cover your ears just in case. I don't think it's too loud. So there's 2 eggs. I should turn it louder. Then you want to add a little bit of flour at a time. Don't add it all at once because it's going to be hard. And it's going to fly all over the place. You also want to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can just add the teaspoon vanilla to the eggs, make it easier. I just forgot to do that. I mean, just as long as you have other ingredients, you really can't go wrong with this recipe. Then you just keep mixing it and adding more flour and keep mixing it, beating it. I'm going to put it on pause. Okay. Now, when it gets thick like this, it's going to get harder and harder to beat. Now, if you have one of those hand mixers and you can't beat it anymore, just take it off and just stir it by hand. Cookie doughs are always stiff. So we're going to continue by hand. The main basic dough ingredients is already mixed by the blender. So we're going to add all the goodies. It wouldn't be chocolate chip without chocolate chips, right? And since it is a chocolate chip cookies, my way is to add extra. Instead of one package, I add which they say it equals to almost about 2 cups. I add 2 1/4 cups. That little extra 4th cup makes a big difference. It makes it your way. So you just put a little bit at a time. And you do want to preheat the oven to 375 while you're doing this, either in the beginning or midway. And you don't have to worry about greasing the cookie sheet because it gets put on ungreased cookie sheet. I use one of those parchment papers. Usually I don't, but since I'm making the video, I don't want nothing to go wrong, so I'm using the parchment paper. But like I said, it has a cup of butter, so you really don't need to use any paper. I'm just doing it just for the show. Yeah, why waste parchment paper if you don't need to use it? Unless it's for show. Because you know Murphy's Law, if anything can go wrong, it will. I think that's how it went. So it's hard to mix, but just try your best. Do little at a time. That's why I like this wooden spoon. They won't bend. If you use flimsy fork, the fork will bend. That's how stiff it is. I was just making sure that I didn't forget to preheat my oven. And of course, you gotta have 1 piece of chocolate chip, just to make sure they're not stale. Then we're gonna be adding 1 cup of chopped nuts. I have walnut here, but you can use any nut that you have on hand or that you prefer. This is not the original Tollhouse recipe, but we're doing it our way, remember? My style is cook it your way. remember that, then it's more fun to cook. And most likely you'll do it because you have it memorized because you did it. It's your way. You created it. I just prefer dark chocolate over semi-sweet lately. So I use dark chocolate, but just as tasty using semi-sweet. I remember, I don't know if one of those cooking shows, like America's Test Kitchen maybe, but one of those shows, they were doing taste testing. Which chocolate chip cookie recipe is the best? And the panel chose Nestle Tollhouse chocolate chip cookie. Isn't that something? I think it's because they even mentioned that because it's so familiar to what we grew up with. That's the most likely it's the cookie that your grandma baked or your mom baked and you baked as a teenager. So naturally in your mind, that is the best cookie. For me, that story holds true. It was one of my first cookies I baked for my then boyfriend as a young girl. Oh, this is so stiff. Now, in a warmer climate, this would be a little bit more easier to mix. In the wintertime, when the room is cold, it gets even stiffer. There we go. Try to mix it as best as you can. You can even maybe put a glove on, just use your hand. Probably go easier and faster. I haven't tried that. That's a good idea. I'm going to try that next time I make this. I'll let you know. There's nothing better than, how did I say? There's no better tools than your hand. And I strongly agree with that. Provided they're clean, of course. Oh. Oh, okay, that's enough mixing. I think they're well incorporated. So, let's get this clutter out of the way. And we shall start scooping. They say spoonful. Let's see. I'm going to use this melon. That's about a tablespoon. But sometimes, when I make it for ourselves, I'll make small ones for myself, like this size. Then I'll make the regular ice cream scoop big one for Sarge. Or just for show. So you guys can do that too. But for today's recipe's sake and the timing and everything, I'm gonna make it small. You don't get to see my cat. There you go. That's Precious sleeping. Molly, Molly, say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Hey, that's Molly. Now that's the kitchen kitty. The other black and white one was Gizzy. He's a big baby. This one is so skinny. I'm afraid if she ever gets sick, she's gonna have a hard time. But she eats a lot. She's just thin by nature. She's always been thin. And maybe because she's so wiry, she's she's always moving. So let's cook this. Enough chitty chatting. We want to eat chocolate chip cookies, don't we? I want to show you guys. I just pack it down with your hand. It's about 1.5 inch apart. On a cookie sheet, I put 3. I make 3 rows. I don't know if that measures 1.5 inch apart, but that's a good size. And for some reason, if you spread more after the first batch, spread it further away. Make it 2 rows, instead of 3 in a row. You'll learn. But since this is small, I think. Okay. These little ice cream scoops, this is melon scoop, but they do come in handy. I use these scoops a lot in cooking. A lot of times some people do is just wear rubber gloves and then just get a spoonful and roll it in a ball. And you can even freeze it in a ball like that and put it in the freezer and bake it later on. Ladies, stay away. You're hearing Laylee. She's another small cat we have. Yeah, you. So we're gonna just keep continuing till you fill up all your cookie sheets. So there you have it. 3, 6, 9, a dozen per sheet. That's if you use small scoop. Okay, now I have 2 trays ready. So I'm gonna put it in the oven and you bake it 375 degrees, preheated, for somewhere around 9 to 11 minutes. So here it goes in the oven. Then I'm going to work on the rest of the cookie sheet. I think it makes probably like four cookie sheets maybe, or 5. Oh, my cookies. There we have it. Golden brown, not too dark. And if you let it sit in the pan too long, the pan is hot, so it's going to still bake. Keep that in mind. I need to get a spatula. We just use a regular spatula. I had one of those in the long one. That's just perfect for cookies. But this will do. I just took it out of the oven and it's still hot. Now, if it's not settled, you may want to wait a little bit, a few seconds till it holds its shape. But these are so cute. They smell so good. I can't wait to give you guys a taste. Taste it for you guys, I should say. Of course, that's no fun. They look scrumptious. They look so good. You can see the chocolate chips from the outside. Just to show you that you don't really need parchment paper. They don't stick. Look at this. You see it? They just slide off. Even without the parchment, they would do that. They always did for me. So I thought we'd get fancy and use a spatula, just in case it was hard to scrape it off. But nope, everything went perfect, just as it should. Like I said, it's a foolproof recipe. And if I made it as a teenager, it's not that hard. Anybody can make it. And if you don't trust my recipe, go buy Nestle's Tollhouse. Maybe it'll be on the package. If not, you can go to their website. I'm sure they'll have it. Or Google it up or something. It's a famous recipe, so do try it. Now, for the best part. I don't know if it's cool enough or if it's too hot, but I'm going to taste it anyway. Which one should I take? They're all the same. And these are so small. You don't feel guilty about having a bite or two. It's bite size. So it's okay to have two. I said so. Just the perfect temperature to eat it. The chocolate, you can see it's melting. As you bite and pull it away, you have that string of melted, gooey chocolate. You can feel it in your mouth. No wonder Sarge got hungry for chocolate chip. It's hot. I should dedicate this to Sarge. He's the one that wanted the chocolate chip cookie. So there you have it. Nestle's Tollhouse chocolate chip cookie, done my way. I'm going to put this down for a minute. And I want to thank you all for watching. I hope to the end. And I will be making another video soon. And I really haven't forgotten about all the things I said I would like to do and show you, such as my sewing room. I don't know if I mentioned my closet, but yeah, I need to organize my closet. When I get there, I will show you my closet. And then some of the deals I got shopping. We have a wonderful store here for that, which I will talk later on. I want to make this short, so thank you for watching. And like I always say, I promote adopting pets from your local shelter. I always like to start from the local and then spread on. So please do adopt, and don't forget the older pets. I always remind people, us seniors do not like to be forgotten, and that goes true for the pets too. So with that said, Thank you for watching, and God bless. And I hope you all have a nice, wonderful day. It's finally starting to warm up here, and it's just beautiful. So, till next video, bye bye.